Hello, it's Diana Marchand from Raw Foods Made Simple, helping you make healthy eating simpler. That is my goal. So what we are doing today on How To Thursday is, now that it's fall, people, you tend to want to eat a little more cooked foods, and that goes the same with me. But I still like to keep, more raw foods in my diet too. So I'll show you how I like to combine them. And also I'm going to show you a couple tricks for how to make something really fast, like a one-pot meal type thing. I've already made it, and then I decided to do the video, so this is what it was. So here's my pot right here that I just did on the stove. Now what it's got in it is, I'll tell you what I did here. So this is quinoa. So it was half a cup of quinoa, of course, to 1 cup of water, right? And then what I did, so when that was boiling, the water was boiling, I threw in some garlic, and I chopped up some onions, and I threw that in, and then I let that boil. When the water came to boil, I added my half a cup of quinoa, and I let that cook for a while. And then that's about 10 minutes. And then when it's ready for the second 10 minutes, because it's 10 minutes and then 10 minutes when you turn it really low, then I added some peas that I had frozen peas, and some chopped broccoli to it. At that time, as it was sitting there, right? It was sitting there getting fluffy. So that's all I did to this pot. Super fast, really easy. And then when the quinoa was ready, the broccoli and everything was ready, of course, because we don't need it to cook that much. You just want it to soften slightly. So that's my one pot meal. Super fast, super easy. I love doing things like that. You can do it with rice or anything. You can also season quinoa as it's cooking any way you want. You can put in some bouillon cubes. Make sure they're really good, high quality organic ones. You can put in any spices you want if you want to spice it up in any way, like as it's sitting for the second 10 minutes to fluff and stuff. Then put your spices in there and stir it up with whatever veggies you want to add in it, and then it's so fast and easy. So that is my cooked, right? And then what I do for the raw part of it is, I love greens, favorite. So at the last farmer's market, I picked up, these are various, it was a bundle of various kinds of mustard greens, and I love mustard greens. So that is what I'm using. I'm just taking off some of the big thick stems. So then what I do to mostly everything I eat cooked is I always add some greens. So I'm just going to chop up these mustard greens. They give it so much flavor. Now you could use arugula, of course, because arugula has a really good, strong flavor too. There's some mustard greens in there. And then just some lettuce I'm just going to add. This is all washed and prepped. So when you have things washed and prepped, like I wash it, spin it in a lettuce spinner, then add some paper towel to a bag and throw it in there. So it's so easy. You just need to grab it and chop it up very fast. And that is how I like to roll. It makes prepping, it makes eating fast and easy. So now I'm just chopping up some lettuce. Like I said, you could use kale, you can use arugula, you can use different things, right? So there is my, like you can use a plate, I just put it in a little bowl. There's my greens in there, and then I just chop it. Of course, this is not hot now, but it was. So as soon as it's warm and it's hot, then you just put it and you take it and you put it right on top. So you would just put as much as you want on top so you get the fresh greens too. And it warms them and softens them because the quinoa, rice, whatever it is that you've made in this pot is nice and warm. Adding mushrooms would be good too. Then we're going to make a quick creamy tahini sauce that's really good on something like this. I got my little bowl, and I'm going to make just a really small batch of this, okay? I'll put the recipe up on the video. But I've already made a batch of this, so I'm just going to do a really small one because I have some in the fridge already. So there, it's tahini. It's really simple, easy. Tahini, some lemon juice. Then you stir and get it all. Oh, I forgot my water. I got to add water. So I forgot to bring some water here. So I just stirred that up. I'm just going to get some water. So there we go. Then I'm just adding my water. It's about 2 tablespoons tahini, 2 tablespoons water, 1 tablespoon lemon juice, something like that. And so we're gonna stir, stir, stir. Now you can keep this thick because of course you're going to put it on something warm so then it will kind of melt into it, and you want it kind of a thicker sauce but not too thick. And then, so I'm just going to taste it now, right? That's about the way I like it. So it works out to be about 2 tablespoons tahini, 2 tablespoons water, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I'm just adding a little bit more water because it's still a little thick for me. And you just keep stirring. And then you add your seasonings. Now I love, you can add cayenne in this, paprika. You can add even tamari in this to get a deep flavor. Cumin is one of my favorite spices, so I'm adding some cumin. Don't really need to measure, go by taste, but I'll give you some sort of measurement. Salt and pepper. And then you just taste. Thin it as much as you want with water, lemon juice, whatever. Get it to taste good for you. Your members can taste a little bit different on your food, right? So there, that's about the thickness I like this tahini sauce. Then what you're gonna do, I'm not gonna put this on now because I've already had some of this. Just gonna keep it in the fridge. And then what you do is you just scoop as much sauce on that you want on your salad and then stir it up. So now you have some warm cooked stuff, still with your raw greens, which are really highly nutritious. And then you got a nice creamy thick sauce to go with it. So it's filling. You got the sesame seeds, which is good. Good for calcium, a little bit of lemon juice there. And your quinoa, which is higher in protein, and broccoli. Most of this is from the farmer's market. Broccoli and lettuce. So it's really good, highly nutritious, and it's fast and simple. And of course, you can keep the rest of this in the fridge. And if you want it heated, you just put it in a pan. I like using a little frying pan. Add a bit of water, cover it, and let that heat through as I stir it. And then it's great for a couple days to use, super fast. Or you could eat it actually cold like that in a salad. Add some olive oil or some of this dressing, of course. So that is my How-To Thursday. It's just bringing in now for fall a little bit of cooked things, making fast one-pot meals, and then still adding some good raw greens or raw vegetables to your diet. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd love to hear a comment from you. If you are on YouTube, just send a comment under this. If you're on my blog, put a comment on my blog. Love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Until next time.